and welcome to Archvelder's Hacks with Archvelder and his amazing hacks. So in this video I'm going to show you how to create massive explosions. So here I am in Wintergrasp. Now Wintergrasp as a battleground has advantages and disadvantages. In particular, there are more things to blow up than in any incarnation of Warcraft PvP ever. The real question is, how can we blow even more things up and blow them up more to make even bigger explosions? So for this purpose we are going to use a special trick to increase our damage to quite a ridiculous level in a completely unfair way which requires no skill whatsoever. Now, I'm going to show you how to do this from the perspective of a fire mage, but you can use the same basic method to do game-breaking DPS in any battleground, dungeon or raid instance for any class. And indeed, many huge parses you'll see on Warcraft forums for both classic and retail are achieved by using the same basic method I'll show in this video. The only thing you need to know is where all the powerful secret world buffs are, and almost all of them are archived on my Patreon. See the link in the description below. We queue for Wintergrasp in Dalaran in the normal manner. So we wait around in this literal queue of people and click on this NPC waiting for the countdown to expire to allow us to queue for Wintergrasp. Now, at this point, I use my Healthstone to move to my preset location at Amber Pine Lodge. Now, fly due northwest to Zeb Halak. With maximum flying speed, it should take you only 30 seconds or so. During this time, the pop-up for Wintergrasp should appear. Now, you want to use your in-game clock. It is important to understand that you have precisely 1 minute and 30 seconds from the moment you're invited to a battleground before it disappears and you no longer have access to that battleground, in this case Wintergrasp, the one that you queued for. Now at Zeb Halak, fly to the top of this stone structure. At the top of the structure are these NPC mobs named Scourge Death Speakers. These are quite weak mobs relative to a reasonable, well-geared level 80, but they do have a nice buff they cast on themselves called Flame of the Seer. This increases spell damage by 400, which is a nice bonus in itself. But the kicker here is that this buff stacks for a total maximum of 2,800 additional spell damage. My bonus spell damage is around 17 to 1800, so potentially the maximum damage increase is around 150%. Because it isn't generally practical to steal all the buffs, you are probably looking to steal 4 to 5, which will roughly double your damage. Now the difficulty is remaining alive and doing so within the lifetime of the 1 minute and 30 second Wintergrasp invitation. The best way seems to be to body pull all the Death Speakers. Some will cast their Flame of the Seer buff instantly and others have a random delay. Stealing the buffs in the time allowed is more of an art than a science. It is better to err on the side of caution. You want to avoid the Wintergrasp invitation expiring, because then you've missed your opportunity altogether. Now, enter Wintergrasp. If you are attacking, for some reason the game bugs out and puts you in the middle of the opposite faction for a few seconds, and you'll then be immediately ported to the correct location. Now, you'll only have just over a minute with your super-powered buffs after you actually reach the enemy, even if you time all this perfectly. However, that's more than enough time to do some truly game-breaking damage. Aside from casting Combustion, you don't need to do anything other than spam target your nearest enemy and cast Living Bomb. You can throw off a few Pyroblasts if you want some killing blows, but Living Bomb is so much stronger than any other attack you can use in this situation. It is best to use that exclusively. Now, the main point of this is to do more damage than anyone on your team of 120 players, which means that you're better than them. Does this actually help your team win? Sort of, it seems to help. Obviously, following the objectives and all that other boring crap is very important, but really I'm just trying to min-max my own ego here and create some massive explosions. Now, Blizzard will probably do their usual clueless thing here and waste a bunch of time trying to fix this, when in many other areas of the game, it's barely functional and needs urgent maintenance. It is very easy not only to find Spellsteal buffs like this, but other world buffs for other classes that can be manipulated in the same manner, using essentially the same method I'm showing here. In fact, there are a lot of things that never got fixed in Northrend that work to this day on retail. Here's a quick bonus hint just for Wintergrasp. The catapults have a unique glitch. The flame attack they use goes straight through solid objects and has a huge radius. Most people shun the catapults in favour of the more powerful vehicles and miss the fact you can really fry everything on the other side of the walls of Wintergrasp, as I'm